with the collision result, right? And this stuff we will delete for now, because that's going to end up moving to the, we don't need a shoot function just yet. Okay, so that's going to end up moving to the parent, the ownership. And I think before we get any further, I'm going to just rename these objects, because I think what we really mean here is we've got a player who just happens to have a ship, right? And we'll say this is the start link joint. Right? And then we can rename this player ownership, right? And I know this is quite a big refactor, and you know, might take a little bit of time to fix up, but I think getting our naming right is important. So, and I think getting the node structure of your game is probably the most important thing you can do long term for maintainability. Okay, so we're going to call that player and player. Oh, that didn't rename. Oh, right. Okay, so we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to call it ship, right? And then these things are going to move into ship. Oh, and we got a little bit of a crash, didn't we? I think that's because I'm moving a lot of stuff that's all connected. So let's just do it in the file browser. Okay, so we've got a player, we have a ship in there, and then let's move that ship in there, right? And let's call this ship and ship, right? Now we can safely call this player. What happened there? I have noticed that moving resources around while Godot's open is not always the best thing to do. Okay, so now we've got sort of an overarching player, which is not specific to the ship, because the player is more than the ship, right? It's a combination of the ship, the tail, and everything, right? So then we have a start link, which I'm going to call start link, and these are going to be these here, and then we're going to have a chain link, right? And the chain link is going to be all of this stuff here, and just drag it in there. Okay, and I think that's a pretty good organization now. And then we've got a network at the top level, which I think should be a lowercase n. So I just want to make sure we're all clean here, right? Now our tests are going to fail miserably, but okay, we'll be taking a break. I think at 11, just maybe a short break, 10 minutes or so, so I don't get sore. Okay, so we have our tail state as a type, but you know what? I think that that tail state is actually part of the start link, right? I think that makes more sense, right? So like basically I like thinking about it like this. So that little chain thing that follows behind you, that thing is like your it's sort of like the thing that manages your chain. And I think I'm going to treat in the game I'm going to treat the chain like your health as well. So if you ever play Sonic, you know, you get hit by something and he throws all of his rings out into the space around him. That's sort of how I imagine this will work. And then if he gets hit without any rings, then he's dead. So I think so. The tail state is sort of like, and it doesn't inherit from a node. It's sort of like just a data model class. Okay, so I think that node structure makes a lot of sense. So let's just boot Godot a second time. And let's fix dependencies. So this player ownership is now going to be the player and player ownership.gd. It's player.gd. Okay, so it looks like we unexpectedly quit. So let's just go to our Git. So the redeeming feature of Godot is that everything sort of happens normally in the scene. Sorry, in like a text format. So it's really easy to just git diff, for instance. Okay, so let's see if we can open this now. Open anyway. Okay, that's fine. Let's just rebuild this scene. Okay, so we call this main, and we're going to bring in the network node. That's not what I meant to do. Oops. Just attach. Okay, so I think we're going to bring in the tutorial level as our base, right? And then we're going to bring the player in as a child of the level. Alright, here we go. So now we've got some weird stuff, don't we? Ay, ay, ay. I might have to revert some of the stuff. Or just remove the scenes and rebuild them. I don't know. I mean, we can actually just have a look in the scene files and like fix them manually if it's such a pain. Okay, so let's have a look. So we've got level tutorial, and I think I'm gonna be anal about this stuff now, because I want everything, like we're just starting and I want everything to be like adhering to the correct design patterns. Otherwise, we're going to get lost later on. Okay. So cool. So everything is using snake case, lowercase in the file system. Okay, and that's going to end up being the ship. Let's drag that in there and change that to test ship. And that is now the start chain. Start link, sorry. Okay, so we've got the ship, the start link, and then we move the tail state into the start link. Okay. And the GUI we don't need to change, and that we don't need to change. Okay, cool. So I think let's just start with the bubble. So our collision result type, yep, okay. We have a label, we set the, yep, on collide with player. Let's change that to on collide with ship. And what we do is we create a new collision result and we set the addition and we die. And in fact, let's create a new function for that and let's say die. Okay, and like later we can add some animation there, and then here we can just say die. And then we can also use that function later in the development. So we got our bubble image. Now let's have a look at our scene. So we got bubble.png, and then let's just change that to a lowercase b. And cool. All right, all of that looks correct. Now let's have a look at our meteor. Oh, hold on. I think we need to just change those to underscores. Okay. I really love how readable this format is. Like compared to like Unity, trying to do like a git diff of a Unity object. Holy shit, man! Have you ever tried that? Like, okay, we're gonna just take a quick break, if that's okay.